In this video, I'll be reviewing Bucket's 1 million views How Fast Can I Survive 99 Nights in a Forest. We're going to criticize any mistakes, and we're going to say what he did right. And before you guys jam-pack me in the comments saying, who are you? I don't really know. I'm just a guy with 510 days, been playing for fun, and I make videos about this game. But a lot of people in my comment section have been telling me how to improve. So don't forget to like and subscribe. So starting off the run, he immediately goes for the trees, and while this is good, I'd also try to pick up a piece of coal.
You can hit both of them at the same time.
What he's saying is very, very true. If you have two trees right next to each other, it is really efficient to hit them both at the same time.
Which is really good for fuel. I'm going to chop down these two trees.
But one thing that I do have to say is that his wood chopping technique is rather inefficient. Because if you want to actually speedrun it, you can actually alternate between your weapons to chop it faster. Here, I'll show you. So here, as you can see, I'm chopping trees at around this pace. I'm just spamming my left click button, and it chops down trees that fast. What you can do is you could switch to something like an old sack, and I'll enable an auto clicker to make this a bit easier, okay? We'll have an auto clicker set up, and we'll have to continuously click, and then we want to switch it like this. As you can see, each hit has a much shorter cooldown because I'm switching between my tools, right? Now from this chest, he managed to get himself a fuel canister and a couple of other things, so now he has 5 out of 5 total sack space. Now, you can actually exploit this mechanic to ensure that you can get much higher carrying potential. So normally, if your sack is not developed, you can only get up to 5 things in your sack. But if you hold an item, you can get up to 6, and if you stack items on top of each other, you could even get 7, 8, or 9 items. So here, there's 2 pieces of scrap, you put them on top of each other, and then you can also add in an old radio, so you have multiple items, and you can actually run around with it. So as soon as he gets the level 3 campfire, he immediately goes and searches for the kid. This is amazingly done by him, because you need to speedrun the kids and speedrun the beds in order to lower your days as much as possible. Nothing else really matters. And also, the switching with the gun is very efficient. This applies the same principle with the axe chopping method. And if he did it for the gun, I don't know why he didn't do it for the axe. Because the same method where if you switch off of it, the cooldown gets reset. So you can actually go ahead and have really high attack speed, either with the revolver that he's using or with the axe that I showed you guys. Yep, this is very true. The deer on the first day won't do anything, so you can just continue to explore, and you could just, second or third day, you'll probably have a flashlight by then, or you can use your class, such as the ranger class or the camper class, to have a flashlight, so you won't have to worry about the deer, and you can keep exploring at night. Okay, when I saw him hitting the cultists there, he didn't properly space them. For example, I'll show you guys what I mean. In this example, I spaced the wolf. It's the same principle as a cultist, where I'm moving to the side and I'm hitting it at the same time, and I'm moving at such a consistent speed where I can hit the wolf, but the wolf can't hit me. Okay, over here, he's hunting for a bunny's foot to go and trade it in with the pelt trader. This is exactly what I'll do as well, because this is a nice way to almost guarantee a good sack. If you don't get a good sack through this method, then you might as well restart the run, because a good sack is imperative to actually getting far into this run. Ooh, over here, he found himself a rifle with some rifle ammo. This is absolutely massive. Now he can switch between the revolver and the rifle and apply the same trick that he did to the revolver by itself, but now with the rifle, you do basically double the amount of DPS, or maybe like triple, because the rifle actually does a lot more damage than the revolver, as you probably know. Over here, he's alternating between the rifle and the revolver, and it's exactly what I showed you guys. This is so efficient, you can increase your damage output by so much. So now, after taking care of those wolves, he gets in here, and then gets a kid.
Alright, I need to start grinding some wood so I can get the next bed.
Okay, he just said that he needs to start grinding some wood. Now, I really hope he doesn't make this mistake where he skips out on chairs. Because wooden chairs, they have a fuel value of 1, but they actually give you a wood value of 5. I don't know if I've said that already or not, but yeah, I'm just going to leave it right here. Again, he's doing the wood chopping mistake. I'm not going to point it out anymore. Just going to leave it here.
And the monster can't really get you. Let's take this.
Yep, you can just hide in the hut and the monster won't get you. But the thing is that you will be wasting a lot of time. And in a speedrun, you cannot be doing that. You can do it only if you need to do a 2-second quick map check or something. But yeah, you can just don't do it too often, but it is an option.
Does the fairy have pepper?
In this case, the fairy doesn't have any chili pepper seeds, therefore it's not efficient to go for it, and what he said was true. Now, as soon as he got this fire to the next level, he should go for the next kid. Oh, over here he is slightly outside of the ruby chest area. This is so sad, because if he got the ruby chest, it'd help him out so much.
Oh no, I didn't put the kid back. I completely forgot I had the kid.
Yeah, over here he did a mistake himself. He forgot to put the kid back, and therefore he lost out on probably 1 extra day.
Okay. Gotta take the chairs as fuel.
He said, what? He needs to take the chairs using it in the wood. No, use it in the grinder. Put it in the grinder. Use it as wood. Don't use it as fuel. After that, he just went and took care of some bears and saved the next koala kid. Now over here, he got a really lucky watchtower and was able to get 3 chests. Unfortunately for him, none of the things in these chests were actually worth getting. But now we can recap. He's gotten all 4 kids and he's gotten most of the beds, I believe. I believe he just needs a cultist gem for 1 more bed, which is the last bed. So we're going to go ahead and see how he does that. Now this is exactly what he should be doing. Going around searching for these cultist spaces, and he managed to find himself one. Now, using this, he was able to go ahead and get himself a cultist gem, and you can clearly tell how excited he is.
Yes!
Now using that cultist gem, he can actually go ahead and finish up his last craft. I'd recommend him go back immediately and craft all the things he needs to craft before the end of the night. Therefore, he can get his extra days as early as possible. And right here, he was able to craft his last bed, and now all he has to do is just AFK and survive.
All we have to do is just survive now.
And now, basically, everything else he does in this playthrough is just for fun. He goes around getting a bunch of ruby chests and doing a bunch of unnecessary things. But if I was him, and I really wanted to ensure that I get to 99 days, I would actually go ahead and create a barrier. I'd either use shelves, which is a very cheap option that's not that effective, or I would use wood rain storages and just put them around my entire base to ensure that I won't actually get killed by cultists if they do come attack, because they'll provide more defense. And he is doing it. I do see him. He's putting down these wood rain storages around his base, but I'm seeing that the formation he's doing is not good, because you actually want them to be facing outwards, not facing inwards. Because if they are facing outwards, then that means that it's going to be harder for the cultists to glitch through and actually jump on top of them. So overall, he did a pretty good run by finishing it in around 70 minutes.